straight. Look you lay home to him. Tell him his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace had seen and stood between much heat and him. Don't silence me even here. Pray you be round with him.
I warrant you. Fear me not. Withdraw.
Now, mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, how thou hast thy father offended.
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, come. You answer with an idle tongue.
Go, go, you question with a wicked game.
Why? How now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the rood not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife, and would it were not so, you are my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you who can speak.
Come, come, and sit down. You shall not budge. You will not go till I set you up a glass, where you may see the inmost part of yourself.
What wilt thou do? Thou wilt not murder me. Help, ho.
Whoa, ho, ho.
How now? Dead for a ducat. Dead.
Oh, I'm slain.
Oh me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed this is.
A bloody deed, almost as bad as, good mother, as to kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
That was my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I took thee for thy better, take thy fortune. Thou find'st it to be too busy is some danger. Leave ringing over your hands, peace, sir, you down, and let me wring your heart, for so I shall, if it be made of penetrable stuff. If damned, custom have not raised it so, that it be proof and bulwark against sense.
What have I done? That thou darst thy tongue? In a ruse so rude against me.
That blurs the grace and blushes modesty, calls virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows as false as dicers' oaths. Oh, such a deed, as from the body of concentration plucks, the very soul in sweet religion, makes a rhapsody of words, heaven's face does glow, or the solidity and compound mass, with heated visage, as against the doom, is thought sick at the act.
Eh, me. What act that roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Look here upon this picture, and on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow, Hyperion's curls at the front of Jove himself, an eye like Mars to threatening command, a station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on the heaven-kissing hill. A combination in a form indeed, where every god did seem to set his seal, to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Blasting your wholesome brother, what have your eyes? Could you have on this fair mountain leave to feed, and batten on this moor? Ha, have you eyes? You cannot call it love for your age. The heyday in the blood is tame, it's humble, and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment would a step from this to this? Sure, sense you have, else could you not have motion, but sure that sense is a plex, for madness would not err, nor...
Why'd you... Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turns my eyes into my very soul, and I see such black and grinded spots as will not leave their taint.
In the rank sweat of an insatiate bed, stewed in corruption, honeying and making love o'er the nasty sty. Done.
Oh, speak to me no more. Those words like daggers enter my ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
Go.
A slave that is not 20th part the tide of your precedent lord, a vice of kings, a cutpurse of the empire and the rule, that from a shelf the precious dilemma hold, and put it in his pocket.
I no more.
A king of shred and patches. Save me and hover me with your wings, you heavenly guards, while your gracious figure.
Alas, he is mad.
Do you not come your tardy son to chide? That lapsed in time and passion lets go by? The importance acting of your dread command, oh say.
Do not forget the visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But looks amazement on thy mother sits. O step between her and her fighting soul. Concite in weakest body, strongest works. Speak to her, Hamlet.
What is it with you, lady?
Alas, how's it with you? That you do bend your eye on vacancy, and thou incorporeal air to dull discourse. Forth at your eyes, your spirits widely peep, and as sleeping soldiers in thy arm, your bedded hair, lifelike excrements, start up, stand and end, O gentle sun, upon the heat and flame of thy distemper. Sprinkle and cool patience. We're on to your work.
On him, look how pale he glares. His form cause conjured, preaching to stones, would make them capable. Do not look upon me. With piteous action you convert my stern effects. Then what I have to do will want true color, tears perchance for blood.
To whom do you speak this?
Do you see nothing there?
Nothing at all, yet all is I see.
Why, look you there. Look how it steals away my father and his habitat as he lived. Look where he goes now, even out all the portal.
This is the very coinage of your brain. The bodiless creation ecstasy is very cutting in.
My pulse as yours doth temperately keep time, and what makes it is heathful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and I the matter will reward, which madness would gamble from. Mother, for love of grace, lay not that flattering unconscience to your soul, that not your trespass but my madness speaks. It will but skin film the ulcerous place, while ranks corruption, mining all within, effects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven. Repent what's past, avoid what is to come, and do not spread the compost on the weeds, to make them rancor. Forgive me this my virtue, for in the fatness of these pursy times, virtue itself of vice must pardon beg. Yeah, curb and move, for leave him to do good.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast cleft my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worstest part of it, and live the pure with the other half. Good night, but go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue if you have it, if you not have it. That monstrous custom, who all sense doth eat, of habits devil is angel yet in this. That to the use of actions fair and good, he likewise gives a frock of livery. That aptly is put on, refrain tonight, and that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence. The next more easy, for use almost can change the time stamp of nature, and either the devil or throw him out with wondrous potency. Once more, good night, and when you are decisions to be blessed, I'll blessing you beg you for forgiveness. For this time, Lord. I do repent, but heaven hath it pleased so to punish me with this, and this with me, that I must be so scourge and minister. I will bestow him and will answer well the death I gave him. So again, good night. This bad begins, the worst remains behind. One more, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this by no means that I bid you do. Let the bloat king tempt you again to bed. Pinch one on your cheeks, call you his mouse, and let him, for a pair of reachy kisses, or paddling in your neck with his damned fingers, make you ravel all this matter out, that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. 'Twere good you let him know, for who that's but a queen, fair, sober, and wise, would you a paddock from a bat a give, such dear concerning hides? Who would do so? No, in despite of sense and secrecy, unpeg the basket on this mouse's top, let the birds fly, and let all the famous ape to try conclusions in the basket creep and break your own neck down.
Be thou assured, if words be made a breath of life, I have no life to breathe. What thou hast said to me.
I must to England, you know that.
Alack, I forgot. 'Tis has concluded on.
There's letters sealed, and my 2 schoolfellows, whom I will trust as I will otters famed. They bear the mandate. They must sweep my way and marshal me to Canterbury. Let it work, for 'tis the sport to have the engineer hoist with his own pertid, and shall go hard. And I will delve 1 yard below their minds, and blow them at the moon. Oh, 'tis most sweet when in one line 2 crafts directly meet. This man shall set me packing. I'll lug the guts into the neighborhood room. Mother, good night indeed. This counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave. Who was in life a foolish, prating knave. Come, sir, to draw with an end with you. Good night, mother.